Hello everyone! It is finally here, the patch video that I was talking about for the entire week. I'm sorry that it took so long. I've been very busy since I came from vacation, but I have something interesting for you. I have something that's a little bit different. I'm not just going to review the notes, I basically made a first impression. I was still on vacation when I recorded this. I'm going to be showing you how I reacted to each of these changes before playing the game, and then after a couple weeks playing the game, I'm going to make another video where I talk about the changes, but this time after playing the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this format, and let's hop right into it. Hello everyone, I'm going to be reviewing the patch notes from the latest patch, which is probably going to be the last one for the game. And it's a very important one. It's a very big patch. I saw some of the changes, and I can tell you, some of them got me very excited. I didn't notice that there were a lot of Staff of the Master changes and a lot of hero changes and a lot of item changes. I took a look of some of them. For example, I saw that Dr. Repulsor got a buff. I saw the Armadon got a buff. But I didn't want to give you guys like the first impression of me seeing the patch, so I did not read them all before doing this video. I'm going to be giving you all my opinions on every single change, at least for the most important ones. I believe maybe they are going to lower the price of some items for like 15 gold. I'm not going to be commenting on those, but I'm going to be commenting on most of the changes. I'm also going to be leaving the timestamps below of every part of the changes, so if you want to see the heroes or the items or the Staff of the Master changes, you just go to the chapters below and you'll be directed right towards those. I'm also going to be starting with the hero changes and the item changes, and then I will go back to the Staff of the Master changes, because I did notice that, for example, they get the Staff of the Master change, and then after I noticed that the hero got changed, didn't make a lot of sense for me, so I'll be doing that order. You can also set up the order as you like. So let's go to the changes. And I can see already the first one, the very important one, is the Adrenaline change. Adrenaline was pretty much dead before this patch. I can see they are increasing the strength per level, the agility per level, and the starting damage. So it's a very minor change. I don't think this is gonna matter a lot. And then they are increasing the damage. So the damage goes from 75 to 80 on level 1. So is it only 5 damage increase? It is only 5 damage increase. So it's a very minor buff. I don't think this is going to be enough to make Adrenaline viable again, but I've seen a few guys trying the Adrenaline, and this might just push Adrenaline over the edge. We're gonna have to see in game. Andromeda, they lowered the duration by a lot. It's more of a nerf than it seems, but at the same time, I don't see Andromeda being played a lot, so this is basically not gonna affect us a lot. Amun-Ra, so Amun-Ra got completely changed. I did look over this when I was taking a fast glance at the patches. No longer grants bonus damage upon revival. This is something that people did not realize a lot, but it was quite strong. You did a lot. I think it was 30% extra damage when you are on level 16. And now it grants damage immunity for this time. That is very meaningful, because basically whenever the only way you counter Ra was by burning his mana, and then as soon as he gets back, you basically try to kill him really fast, right? Because when he had the mana burn, he used to respawn with like 10% HP, and then you have to kill him right after. Making him immune, it might be actually be very meaningful. You also make him able to PK even though you have like some DPS like Mach. So for example, if Ra goes PK and you have a Mach, whenever he revives, he's not going to be able to PK away. That's something that people love to do with the Ra ulti. So being immune helps a lot with that. Oh, I just noticed. This puts Portal Key on a 3 seconds cooldown. I'm not sure. I think after you respawn, you get a 3 seconds cooldown, so you won't be able to PK away anymore. I think this is a good change. Revival duration reduced from 3 seconds to... Okay, so respawns faster. I think this is cool, because I do like the fact that 1.5 seconds is really fast. So when you die, you're gonna respawn really fast, and that's very good, because you don't give so much time for the enemies set up for to kill you. And health on respawn increased from 10 to 60 to 30 to 70. This is a very big change. Whenever you burn all Ra's mana now, he's gonna respawn with 30% HP. It's like 3 times as more HP. So this is very big. In my opinion, I'm gonna have to see this again, but in my opinion, this basically puts Ra on the radar. I think Ra is a very viable carry again. What about Armadon? I did see the Armadon. As you could see, I've been playing Armadon a lot. I felt like the hero was already really strong. By nerfing his mana cost, this for you, it might look like a buff, but for me, it's actually a nerf. And let me explain you why. My favorite build of Armadon is going the Astro Boots, I'm gonna have to see if the Astro Boots got nerfed as well. But I love going the Astro Boots into Gnomes before going for a stab. And the Gnomes basically heals you for a little bit every time you get the Spam Burst. So basically, it's a lot more health on Armadon. It doesn't look like it, but it's very strong on Armadon. By nerfing the mana cost by a little bit, you actually reduce the amount of health that you get, because I don't think I'm gonna have any issues with mana if I go for Astro Boots. So this is actually a nerf. However, I did notice that you get a little bit more defense from the E ability. So this is a very good buff to Armadon, which was already a really strong hero. I'm not sure this was necessary, but I'm going to be playing Armadon a lot more. Artillery was completely unplayable. I tried so many games because people were telling me, go Artillery, pick up the Doombringer, do that fun stuff. I tried it so many times, it always failed. So reducing the attack range is like, did you need to do that? And then what else did they do? They increased the damage on later levels. Okay. Wait, what is this scaling? Okay, they increased the damage on later levels. Okay, I got confused a little bit here. But it no longer deals reduced damage to non-hero units. Oh, so you can actually farm with the ability now. This is very meaningful. More damage and you can farm it. This might make Artillery playable again. I'm gonna try Artillery again. This is gonna be one of the videos that I'm going to do when I return from vacation. Oh no, please tell me they didn't nerf Berserker. Okay, mana cost reduced. Thank you. A small buff. Strength up. Cooldown reduced from this to this. Okay, it's a lot lower. And buff duration reduced. This buff duration is kind of annoying, but reducing the duration from 20 to 15 seconds on the first level, 17 to 15 seconds on the later levels. This is really strong. Like, it's a very major buff to Berserker. Berserker is still very bad as a hero. This is gonna help Berserker farm a little bit. I don't think Berserker really has a farming ability. I don't think Strength Sap is good enough for a farming ability. But this is actually going to be meaningful in a team fight. I think this is a very good buff. It's a necessary buff because Berserker is really bad right now, but I don't think this is going to be enough. Okay, so moving up to the next one. Cthulhuphant. Really don't like this hero. I'm so glad that I haven't seen this hero a lot because it was really, really strong. I think it is still really strong. So let's see what they're going to do. Trample. Turn rate increased to make this ability smoother to use. The radius was increased and no longer has to travel its full range. Can you cancel like the mid? Is it going to be like the Geomancer where you can cancel mid cast? I'm gonna have to check it in game, so I hope I'll remember to do all of this. It's a rework on Dream of Madness. Activate the channel for 2 seconds, reducing incoming damage by a lot. Okay. Taunt all enemies within 600 radius for the duration, granting them increased move speed. So basically, it's the same effect, but now you channel for 2 seconds. At the end of the taunt, now deals. Oh, what? To all enemies within the radius? What is going on? Damage is increased by 2% per 1% health loss during the channel. I am very confused on how this works. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this in game. You guys probably have already seen it, but I haven't, so I have to check this. Okay, so here I am in the game again. Why are you so loud? Yeah, basically all the options are on default, so let's just fix this little stuff.
Sunshine and rainbows.
And let's see how this ulti works. Okay, so here are my little Armadons, and let's see how this ulti works. Oh, don't move. It's supposed to be a taunt, right? Okay, so it's a very big range. Let's see how this works. Oh, hello. That's so weird. So it works instantly. So you taunt them for 2 seconds and then it explodes. That's weird. Does it work on neutrals as well? It works on neutrals as well. So it is very different from what I expected. Oh, so the damage is increased by the health lost during the channel. Now I get it. So it basically goes up to 2 times to double the damage, depending on how much damage I take. Interesting. Okay. Dampier. So Dampier got the more damage on Terrorize. That's very cool. Vampiric Flight. It's a nerf on the range on early levels and a buff on later. The cooldown got rescaled to less, basically decreased. Magic damage increased on early levels. And the healing increased as well. So Dampier got a very good buff. Bloodthirst, more attack speed per essence. Another buff. And you lose less essences. A very major buff to Dampier. Dampier was already playable when I was playing it. Maybe on higher level it wasn't so good, but it is very good now. So I really hope that these changes are the same changes on are basically how Reborn is right now, so basically I don't have to get used to the new game later. Very good buff to Napier. Deadlift, strength per level increased, intelligence per level decreased. So this is very meaningful on mid-wars, I think. But on Forest, I haven't seen people really playing deadlift outside of that one game where I played against a very try-hard game. Resurrection, mana cost decreased on early levels. Cooldown decreased by a lot on early levels, and then the channel time reduced. Okay, so it's a buff to the ulti basically, a nerf to his mana on later level. It will be harder to spam the Q when you get staff. I think that's it. So I don't see this being enough to tell if it will be playable again. Deadwood, please tell me Deadwood got nerfed. Okay, Rotten Grasp, the impact time got increased, so it's a lot harder to hit now. It was already really hard to hit whenever you threw the oak and then you pressed Q, unless the hero was already slowed. The Willow Mecha physical damage got rescaled, so it's more on early levels, less on later levels. But at the same time, the physical damage based on strength got increased on later levels and decreased on early levels. So basically they are shifting from early is going to be more damage based, more burst damage, and later on it's going to be more damage based on strength. So it's gonna later on it's going to matter a lot more on strength heroes. Okay, I like this change. I don't have to do the math to see if it's more or less damage, but I do like this damage. I do like the Deadwood deals more damage to heroes that are strength based. Defiler, so Defiler damage dealt and healing was changed from 20 to 15 plus 1% of their max health. That's interesting. I thought it was already that. So I guess they changed it. It now deals damage based on max health. Maybe it was only the healing part that depended on the max health. I think it's going to increase the damage by a lot, because 1% of the max health, basically if the hero has 500 health, it's already the same amount of damage. Anything other than that is going to do more damage. So it is a major buff, I think, for the damage. Unholy Expulsions, which is the ulti. The number of ghosts got increased again, and the damage of the ghost got decreased. So what about the math? It was 300 and now it is 360 on the level 1. On level 3 it was 900 and now it is going to be 990. So it is another buff to Defiler. So Defiler was unplayable, I know that, but this is a very big buff. I think I'm gonna try Defiler as well. It's going to be another hero to try. Devourer, so Devourer got the come on, man, I really don't like this hero. Why is he getting buffed again? They buffed the hook range on early levels. Okay, so it's a lot annoying on early levels again. Dr. Repulso, finally. As you guys know, Doctor is one of my favorite heroes. The range got increased. Super. So the Q ability got buffed, less cooldown on early levels. This is interesting because I think it's going to be better for Dr. Repulso jungle, so I will try that again. So the stun got, the mana cost increased, the stun on level 1 got increased. This is very meaningful because it was really hard for you to get the enemy to take the damage from the Q when you stun him with level 1. This basically makes a sure shot. It even buffed a little bit on later levels as well. And the cooldown got increased on later levels. This is very meaningful as well because I really need to use the stun a lot. I don't know how much this 3 seconds going to be, but it's really annoying. But it's still a major buff. This is very good for Doctor still. Electric Frenzy no longer resets your arrow attack cooldown for using the ability. So this is very annoying, very major enough. I loved getting the extra attack, but okay. I don't get, there's no cooldown mechanic anymore, no 50 attack speed anymore. But the next attack gets more damage. A lot more damage. This is gonna completely change how I play the hero again. So far, this is still a buff. Logical speed, travel speed reduced. Oh, this is so annoying. So basically now on level 3 it's going to be as fast as level 2, which is quite fast, but it's a lot slower than it was before. Cooldown reduced to 0 seconds. Oh my god. So now you can spam that again. That's super cool. No longer deals half damage to creeps. You can actually use that to farm and to clear waves. Magic damage for every 100 used increased for 6, 12, 18 to no longer has a maximum damage cap. You can actually clear entire waves now. That is crazy. Initial mana cost changed from 20 plus 8% to 11%. So basically it's no flat part anymore. It only costs 11% initial. This should be very good with the staff change. I'm gonna have to check the staff change later. But if the staff still removes this initial cast, Doctor might be crazy with staff now. My god. I still think on laning phase it's really hard, so I might be trying jungle Doctor. But on late game, this hero is kind of going to be out of control. We're gonna have to check about that. Maybe people are already banning, I don't know. It's like, I'm recording this at like 3 or 4 days after the patch, so you guys might already have seen much of those. Drunken Master, healing received increased by 0.25 per charge. I think they mean 25%. right? Dude, these patch notes are really difficult to read. So basically you get more healing. I'm assuming that's what it means. I don't know what these numbers mean. I have no clue. Maybe it's 25% per charge, I don't know. Electrician, intelligence per last one increased. You did see my electrician video before the patch, so it might be a little stronger now. Stun duration increased by a lot. Magic damage per second decreased on early levels. So now, yeah, you do the same damage, but you have to hold it for longer. So it's a very interesting change to Electrician. I think I like it. And the intelligence per level, that's very good as well. Empath, the stun duration was increased on early levels, decreased on later levels. Yeah, Empath was kind of weak on the early levels, so I do like this change. Flint Beastwood, cooldown was increased, the cast range was reduced, day and night clear vision was reduced by 1 second. Yeah, this is a nerf to the explosive fire. It was really strong on the last patch. I do like this change. I still think Flint Beastwood is playable because I think the major part of the last buff was the damage increase, and the damage increase both on the explosive fire and on arrow attack. So this is going to be, it's not going to be enough on a nerf. Forsaken Archer. So Forsaken Archer got the attack speed, passive attack speed buff reduced by a little bit. It's quite a lot actually. And the damage decreased as well. So this is going to slow down the farm by Forsaken Archer by a lot, and the damage on the later stages of the game. But I still think Forsaken is going to be quite strong. So I do like this change. Forsaken was a little bit overtuned. This might be just enough to put him on a balanced part. So I like this change a lot. Gauntlet. Hopefully they didn't buff Gauntlet again, because Gauntlet, in my opinion right now, is really strong. Starting strength increased. Damage remains the same. Okay. Small buff to he's a little bit more beefy. Starting intelligence reduced. Intelligence per level reduced. This doesn't mean a lot because people love going Hellflower on Gauntlet, but I guess it nerfs the mock build, so I like this a little bit. Base armor increased. This is really annoying because Gauntlet is a lot more beefy now. It was already really strong early on, so I don't see why they're buffing it on the early game. Guess I'm gonna be trying Gauntlet mid. Gemini. So fire and ice cooldown reduced. This is completely meaningless because people don't use the ulti a lot anymore, so the ulti is quite weak. So reducing the cooldown early levels, this is not really gonna be very meaningful. I don't even skill the ulti until like level 11. So Geomancer, reduce the stun duration. Thank you, because the stun duration on level 1 was way too big. The cooldown is increased by a little bit as well. I think the issue about the dig is that it costs way too little mana. It's a very strong spell. You basically can use this as a teleport. You can use that as initiation. You can stun wherever you want. And it costs way too little mana. You can cast like 6-7 times on level 1. That's crazy. So this is a step on the right direction, but I feel like they should increase the mana cost. Now let's go to Greenex. This is Rift Talks, the W ability that makes him invest. Duration reduced by 1 second, so they are reverting the buff. And the charge refresh time increased by 2 seconds, is that it? Yes. Nether Strike no longer applies a negative armor effect on enemy targets. Okay, so they are reducing the damage by a little bit, making it more difficult to spam the W. Again, I think it's a step on the right direction, but Greenex might still be very strong because it was way too strong on the last patch. Hopefully this is enough to tone down a little bit. Gunblade. The crippling slug now fires 3 slugs in a cone. Okay, so each slug deals now the full damage and slow the enemies. Okay. An enemy can only be affected by 1 slug. Okay. So I was worried by a second that they would forget about this, and basically you would be able to deal 3 times the damage if you were really close. But basically, it is basically more consistent to deal the full damage to the enemies without having to be really close to them. It's a quality of life change. I like it. It's a very healthy change. Hammerstorm. Base movement speed increased, okay. And the bonus damage increased. I don't like this either. Like, the hammer was already really strong. Why are they buffing it even more? But okay, I guess the hammer is even stronger now. I'm gonna have to play it because it was already pretty strong. It wasn't broken or anything. It was just a decent hero. It was in a very nice spot. By buffing it, they are putting it in a risk of being too strong again. Remember when Hammerstorm used to deal 200% extra damage with the ulti? Good times. Jeremiah. So Jeremiah is completely trash right now. So let's see what they do. They rescale the mana. This is just a reduce. Why? I'm sorry, but they don't know how to write patch notes. It's not rescaled, it's reduced. They're reducing the cost on every level. Protective Charm duration increased from 6 to 7 seconds. Yeah, it was majorly enough. This is a buff, but is it enough? I'm gonna have to see again. But it might be enough actually, because it's quite a major buff to the mana cost early on. And the Protective Charm going from 6 to 7 seconds is, I believe you cannot purge it anymore. I'm gonna have to check. I haven't played it so long that I don't even remember. So I will have to try Jeremiah again. Kayn. Kayn is a very annoying hero right now. Let's see what they do. The extra damage is reduced. Okay, so this steal per charge is reduced and the max one is reduced as well. Okay, I like this change because Kayn was a little bit too strong. Hopefully they fix the bug where Kayn gets the
ult charges even without staff. If they fix that, this is good. If they didn't fix it, Kayn is still very strong. King Cloud, so the red and green goblins deal more damage, just by a little bit, but it's more damage. And the Bluster reduces cooldown on early levels by a lot. This is a good change as well. King Cloud wasn't really being played, so I like this change actually. King Cloud's a very fun hero. I should be trying it as well. I literally have only played like 2 or 3 times this hero. It's one of the heroes that I literally haven't played at all. I might be trying King Cloud a little bit more. Clanks now only lose charges when receiving hero damage. Wasn't it how it worked already? And the 80k drones, the third drone damage type changed from magic to superior magic. Wow. That's a major change, because I think this third drone is like 20% damage or something like that. So this is a major change to the Clanks. It deals a lot more damage against Chunkerhead now. I wish this was only on staff effect. Like, if this was a staff effect, people would be playing staff on Clanks and it would be very fun. I guess Clanks was a little weak in the last patch. I need to learn how to play this hero, so I will be trying it as well. Kraken. So the radius changed from this to 275, so it's buffed on the first level and nerfed on the last level. And no longer increases the physical damage, but okay, so this is very good, because I feel like Kraken was dealing a little bit too much damage. Removing this extra physical damage that it takes, I think I like this a lot. And I'm assuming they are going to be nerfing. I did see a comment where they said they nerfed the Abyssal and the Sinners, so this is very meaningful by that as well, because every time I saw a Kraken, I always thought about going in agility carry that usually is ranged, and I used to go Abyssal on it, so I'm assuming they nerfed the Abyssal. Lodestone, the head smash deals less damage, a lot less damage, but they reverted it again to being like 50% of the damage physical and 50% of the damage magic. So let me explain how this worked. Basically before, it was mixed damage, which means that both physical and magic armor used to reduce the damage. So by splitting on 50% of each, you basically say that if you have, for example, a very big magic armor and no physical armor, let's put, for example, the 350 damage. You take 175 physical damage for the 0 armor, and then you take very little magic damage. So you take 175 damage. Before, it was 420 damage, and they say, oh, it's more, right? No, because if you had a lot of magic armor and no physical armor, you used to take like no damage, because the magic armor used to reduce all the damage. And now, it only reduces half the damage. So it might look like a nerf, but this is actually a major buff whenever you are in those situations where the hero has a lot of one of the armors. When they have both armors a lot, it's still a buff, but when they have no armor, it's a nerf. So for example, whenever you ulti the enemy, it's going to be a lot less damage. Shadowstorm, the base damage was reduced. They probably did the same thing, right? Okay. So basically, Lodestone with the ulti deals a lot less damage, and without the ulti deals more damage. I do not like this change. I do not like this change because I feel like hitting your ulti and then head smashing and casting the other abilities was a skill cap ability. It was like, you have to be good, you have to time well, you have to get the PK, you have to put yourself in danger to deal a lot of damage. And now they are saying, oh, you deal a lot less damage when you are using your abilities, when you are being good at the game. But if you just want to spam your abilities, you're going to be dealing more damage. I do not like this change. Maybe it's good, it is for the best, but I do not like it. Madman, the mana cost was reduced. It was reverted to what it was before. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be enough. I feel like the cooldown change was the one that hurt the most. But being only 60 means a lot whenever you max Q. Some people like to max Q and W before getting any other abilities, without getting the ulti or the E. So this is going to change a lot on that. It's one of those changes where it's really hard to tell how good this is going to be. I'm gonna have to check in game. I don't think it's gonna matter a lot. Magnus was really annoying already. Hopefully they nerfed it. So starting strength increased, so it's a lot more tanky. Strength per level increased, it's a lot more tanky. They just made the hero more tanky. It's even more annoying now. Okay, so Magnus is a lot. I guess people were not playing Magnus a lot, but the reason why people were not playing Magnus was not because the hero was weak. By buffing it, they are making the hero broken. I guess it's another hero for me to try. Martyr. I hope they didn't nerf Martyr a lot. Martyr was overplayed and overpowered, but all that you have to do is remove the healing from the ability, from the Q ability. Whenever you deal a lot of damage, you were healing as well. I think that part was a little strong, so hopefully they only did that. Let's see. Retribution. Cooldown increased. Okay, this doesn't matter a lot. No longer heal allies for 40%. Okay, this is good. So if the change was only this line, I was very happy with it. But I see there are a lot more changes, so let's hope they didn't completely kill the hero. Soul's Conviction. The Anguish sub-ability no longer grants health back on bump being used. Wow! So basically whenever you cast the ability, you just lose the health. Health loss changed from 30 to... Oh my god, I don't like this. I don't think I'm ever going to be casting this unless I'm playing jungle or something. Because you cannot heal from this, and you cannot heal from this as well. That's worrying. I don't like that. Cooldown increased from 80 to 100 on the early levels and from 60 to 70 on the later levels. No longer instantly purchase stuns and debuffs when targeting an ally. Those are a lot of change. That's the thing, right? Martyr needed a nerf, but this might be over nerfing the hero, and we are not going to see changes anymore. I'm quite sad because I don't think Martyr is going to be playable anymore. Maybe I'm overstating. I'm gonna have to try in game as well, but I think this is a little bit too much. I feel like this is an over nerf. Martyr is going to be very weak now. And I love the concept of the hero. Like, the hero was very fun. The concept was very fun as well. It was one of the heroes where you were playing in the lane, playing with your health, because you have to be low to do more damage, but if you are too low, people can just kill you. I don't know if I like this change. So, Midas. Mana cost reduced, mana cost reduced, mana cost reduced. Okay. No longer... Oh, it's a lot of lines. So, no longer applies Midas Touch, which increases the attack damage. Okay. That never made any sense to me, but it basically deals less damage. Fine. No longer reduce all magic ability cooldowns by 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, so they basically still do reduce, but it reduces differently for every spell. Okay, I like it. When transmuting an enemy hero gains... Oh! This is fun! You basically get gold now when you hit heroes. I love this change. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be good, but you basically got a lot of money now. And there's a 20% chance to be granted double the gold. Dude, Midas is now a slot machine. Dude, this sounds a lot more fun. I'm gonna be trying this for sure. Moira, agility per level increased, intelligence per level decreased. They seem to be reducing the intelligence per level of a lot of heroes. They really don't like how the heroes have a lot of mana, huh? Elemental Forge cooldown reduced by 20 seconds. That's a lot. Spirit duration reduced as well. Okay. And the gold experience granted a lot less on later levels, a lot more on early levels. Okay, it's a most small change. I don't really play Moira a lot, so I cannot tell how good this change is. I'm gonna say it's pretty good because the cooldown was way too big and they reduced by quite a lot. And the agility increase feels really weird to me. Like, do they want Moira to be a carry again? Remember when Moira used to be a carry? Monkey King. So the flying numbers you no longer go down from getting damage from creeps. It's only heroes, structures, or bosses. Okay. But the mana regeneration was lowered, so you can actually farm with the Nimbus again. This mana regeneration lowering doesn't mean a lot. It's only 1. It matters a lot on the first level, but then it doesn't matter a lot on the later levels. So I think this is gonna help a lot Monkey King to farm. And Infora. So the damage heal, base damage heal reduced. So it's a very minor change. And the teleport cooldown was rescaled. Can you just say increased? Because it was just increased. It's the same on the first level, but it's 10 seconds more on the later level. This doesn't look very meaningful to me. It's a nerf. I didn't really see a lot on Infora. I'm assuming that on the pro level it was played a lot, so that's why they're nerfing it, but just a little bit. Parallax. Attack damage increased by a lot, by 3. Starting armor increased, so it's a lot stronger on laning phase. Magic damage changed from this. Oh my god. It's a lot less damage on later levels. Now grants a second charge automatically when leveling up at rank 3. Okay, so basically you get an extra charge when you get to level 3. Doesn't matter if you are at 0 or at 1 charge. Okay. Dark Mana. Parallax starts with this ability automatically leveled. Finally. So basically the only change is that instead of having to skill it to start getting your charges, you already start with the ability. It's like for example, the Vindy W where you get the intelligence because the ability is already level 1, but it's not usable, it doesn't do any damage. I like this change a lot. This particular change, this is the one that I want to see. Earth Shadow, so magic damage changed from this to... Oh my god, that's a major nerf. So it's a buff on early game, but a major nerf to late game. It deals a lot less damage. My god. I guess since they are buffing the dark mana, that makes sense, but that's a major nerf. Both abilities, both on Q and the ulti. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to try it. Maybe it doesn't mean a lot because of the E ability change, but it feels like it's a little bit too much. A little bit too big of a nerf. We're gonna have to see. Parasite. Strength per level reduced, intelligence per level increased. And Infest reduced the time interval from 10... Oh, reduce the time interval an enemy gets the credit for an infested creep after dealing damage from it from 10 to 5 seconds. It's a very minor change. So I guess Parasite deals more damage later on, but it's less tanky. These are very minor changes. Pestilence, starting strength increased, strength per level increased, agility per level increased. I'm so sad about this because Pestilence was already playable. It was a playable carry and now it's a lot stronger. I feel like they are buffing. I feel like the people who are in charge of changing the heroes, they love the strength heroes and they hate the agility heroes because I'm seeing a lot of buffs to heroes. There are strength heroes that are already really strong, and that I'm seeing nerfs to the hero that the agility carries, and I really don't like it. Prisoner, the hook was increased, reverting the change. Okay, I do like this because Prisoner was unplayable. Puppet Master, did they fix the hero? Puppet's health was increased. Okay, I don't think this is enough. I think Puppet is still unplayable. Okay, let's go to the next one. Chi. Chi is a very annoying hero because it's very, very weak early and completely unstoppable late game. So let's see what they did. Cooldown rescaled. Again, it was just reduced. I don't know why you're using the word rescaled. Mana cost rescaled. Disarm slow duration changed from 1.6 to 2.2 and from 4 to 4. Okay, so it's 6 less seconds cooldown, 15 less mana, 0.6 times, 0.6 seconds more. So it's just a buff. And what about the 1000 cost, which is it's the spinning head, right? So mana cost reduced as well, but the cost per second was increased on the first level. Oh no, it was decreased. Oh, there are some weird changes because I can't tell if this is good or not. The relocate cooldown was reduced. Relocate mana cost was increased. I feel like the people can still do Chi jungle and even more with this 1000 cost changes. I don't think this. I don't know if these changes are meaningful or not. I feel like Chi needed a little bit more of a nerf to the E ability on later levels. Maybe don't make it superior magic, but hey, I feel like all Chi abilities should be superior magic except for the E, because it completely destroys any carry on the late game. Rally. So the compel, physical damage increase on early levels. Sub ability E no longer causes rally to dash forward immediately. Instead, you can choose your direction for dash Chi. Oh, I love this. This is so good. Okay, so instead of click and drag, you can use E to just click on the direction and then you dash towards that. Okay. I like it. The ability used to be so clunky before. Like, it might be a lot easier for me now. Because I feel like the only reason I was really bad on Rally was because I could not use the E properly. So Demoralizing War. Mana cost was reduced by a lot. Oh man. Rally might be a little bit too strong now. Because it got the physical damage increased and the mana cost reduced in the roar. Okay. Rampage. Starting strength increased. Strength per level increased. Agility per level increased. Base movement increased. Don't do this, man. I don't want to see Rampage again. Stampede no longer applies Perplex to self while charging. Okay. Might of the Herd no longer grants attack damage based on your movement speed. Okay, I think this is the W. Change the activate to do the following. Begin trampling for 4 seconds, disarming yourself and releasing a shockwave every 225 units traveled in a 300 radius. Enemies hit take this amount of damage plus 25% of Rampage attack damage. I think this is just an absurdly amazing buff to Rampage. I'm actually going to be trying this again. Okay, so let's see what the Rampage does now. What is this? Oh, interesting. So that's the damage. This feels like a lot of damage. Let's check with the Armadon. It is a lot of damage. Oh my god. Let's see what happens when I have boots. Dude, this is a lot of damage. I feel like this has been a little bit more. Let's see the full combo, right? Let's charge.
Trample! Beat them to the ground!
Look at this. It deals a lot more damage. I feel like they might have overdone it a little bit. Because this feels like it's a lot of damage. But okay, I guess we're going to be seeing a lot more rampages for the next few games. What about Ravenor? Base movement speed decreased. Cooldown on the ball lightning decreased on later levels, increased on later levels. Okay. Power overwhelming. Oh, it's only the movement speed. Okay, okay. So it was quite a lot fast. So if the change is only to movement speed, I'm fine with that. And the ball lightning, I don't like the ball lightning change. I feel like you should be able to have more stuns. I did like where the ball lightning was on the last patch. Okay, Revenant. Mortification now reduces healing by 25%. That's a fine change and fun and fine. Manifestation on level 2, Defile Log grants 85 attack speed to the target ally while it lasts. Okay, Revenant was a little bit weak, but this is a big buff. Basically, when you're level 8, you want a target that get 85%. It's basically the Prophet skill, right? The Prophet healing that gives you a lot of attack speed for the next attacks. I don't know, man. I feel like you're gonna be dealing a lot of burst damage. So, Salomon, reverted to his previous interaction in version 4.2. What is that? I don't even remember. Activate to deal... Oh, it's the cleave thing again. Wish of Health. Okay, so basically you gain a lot more gold whenever you kill units in a sequence, but still caps at 25. It's going to be more when you are farming a lot of crypts. Wish for Power grants attack speed. Oh, this ability is so trash. But the ulti is really cool. Do you guys remember the ulti? I'm going to be showing you. Okay, so here I am, and I'm going to be showing you again what it is. This is the money thing. You get a lot of money. It starts on 13. Before it was 16 flat, right? But you could cast the Wish for Health. And that's a little bit less gold. But here, you get the clips again. And the clips deal a lot of damage, so... I think it's the same damage that it used to be before. And the ulti.
This is where it ends!
The ulti is cool again. There we go. I love this ulti. This ulti is so much better. And then you get this. Dude, I love this. I love the old Salomon. I'm so glad we are back to it. You can also go Restoration. Is that a staff effect? That is a staff effect. So the Wish for Power increases the attack speed granted by this aura by 10. And increases the movement speed slow by the Golden Sword by 10. Now the hero benefits from both passives at all times. What? I do not understand this staff change. You gain... and gain 180 gold upon killing an enemy hero. What? Oh, I see. The golden sword is the when you are in ulti form. It's
One of your
slow,
structures is under attack.
and the hero get. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see. I see how it is. I was a little bit
This is
confused.
where it ends!
So when I kill it,
Bloodlust.
I get 180 extra gold. Okay. I see how it is. Sapphire. The cooldown on the shard was decreased. The quick shield cooldown decreased. Mana cost decreased. Wasn't Sapphire really strong like in the last patch? Why are they buffing it? Okay. Scout. Vanish cooldown decreased. I do not like this because people are now going to spam Scout on the long lane. And that's very annoying. Because it's actually good now. Electric Eye. Gadget no longer blocks neutral camps for spawning. Very good change. I love this. Reveal radius increased. I love this as well. Because it was really annoying when people place the Electric Eye on the very fringe spot. Or maybe they cut the tree, put the eye, and then the tree spawns. And you basically cannot find it. You cannot find the eye. So I love this change. Shadowblade. Damage increased by 4. Okay. Yeah, it was a very... Shadowblade was quite weak. Shell Shock. Strength increased. Intelligence increased. Base armor. Oh my god. Okay, so it's a lot more tanky. Let's see the damage on this stuff. Magic damage on level 1. Completely destroyed, annihilated. You don't even see this anymore. Mana cost increased. Okay, so you cannot spam fireflies anymore. Thank you. Now spawn 17 wisps along the way for 15 seconds. Whether an enemy walks in one of those wisps, the wisp attaches to it for the rest of the duration, dealing damage and applying magic. Oh my god, that's such a cool change, but it's dealing damage. So I thought it was a nerf. It's actually a major buff. Jesus. What about Rolling Thunder? Cooldown reduced, projectile speed increased. Now also stuns for additional duration per... Guys, play Shell Shock. Go play Shell Shock right now. Sanctuary Stun can now be toggled to grant either positive aura or negative aura. Okay. I'm imagining that this staff change is basically going to give both hours, right? And Superconductor, the radius increases no longer grants some damaging AoE on use. Oh my god. What are these changes? I feel like this hero is too strong. I'm gonna try Shell Shock. He looks very strong right now. Like, leave it in the comments. I'm basically going to be playing in 2 weeks, but leave it in the comments. Tell me how much Shell Shock have you been seeing lately, because it feels really strong. Silhouette, attack range increased. Thank you. It's a minor change, but I do enjoy it. Scrap, strength increased by a little bit. I do not like the scrap, so I do not like the change. Solstice no longer switches form automatically when the day or night starts. Solar Slash can now be activated to toggle to night mode on a 45-second. What? What are they doing? Why are they doing this to Solstice? They are completely killing the hero design. Can now be activated to toggle day mode on 45-second cooldown. Grants lifesteal when attacking creeps on a third attack. So they're reverting the lifesteal thing, so you can actually farm on nighttime. I mean, it's not nighttime anymore. It's just the night form. Make the hero less predictable on how she will rotate around the map. No, people are just going to be AFK farming for the rest of the game. I feel like I'm looking at this too much on the gold perspective. On the higher level, it's actually a lot more fun because you can gank earlier. You don't have to wait until the nighttime mode. You can actually time better. But at the same time, I look like the cool thing about Solstice was it depends on the day and night. And by switching this, you are killing it. You are removing this part of the Solstice. Okay, you already had the staff effect, but I do not like this. It's like one of those things where it is good for the game, but it's very bad for fun. For the hero lore, you know? So I guess this is what Solstice is now. Soul Reaper. The healing was decreased, okay. Radius of the Within Presence decreased. No longer slows when activated. I don't think Soul Reaper was any strong, so this is basically, they are basically saying, I don't want to see this hero ever again. Okay. Slither. Charge refresh timer changed from 3 to 4 seconds. Okay, it was a little bit too much. No longer blocks neutral camps from respawning. That's very fun as well. Potion burst cooldown increased on later levels. Okay. Yeah, it was buffed by a lot and they slightly changed the nerf. Slight nerf. I still think the hero is pretty cool. So I do like it. Ricochet cooldown reduced. This doesn't matter a lot, but it's a small buff to the hero, I guess. It really needs it. I don't see this hero ever. Tremble. Number of attacks to destroy amount from 6 to 5. Enemies who attack the hero amount can no longer miss when hitting. Cooldown reduced from 25 to 20. Okay. I hope they fix the bug where you can place it on cliffs and it's very hard to kill. We're going to see it in the bug changes. Torture. Starting attack damage increased. I'm going to be playing Torture because I feel the hero was fine. They increased the damage, so I'm going to be thinking about that. Valkyrie. Strength per level increased. Agility per level increased. Starting armor increased. Call of the Valkyrie. Mana cost decreased. Projectile speed increased. What was this number? For you guys to know, by the way, you might not know this, but I'm an engineer, so I do love math a lot. This is basically 6,000 divided by 7. I don't know why I know this, but it's 6,000 divided by 7. It's exactly this number. And Valkyrie Prism, cooldown reduced, movement speed increased. I mean, it was changed. Early levels is a lot lower, later levels is higher. Fade time decreased. So Valkyrie got a lot of buffs. I was already trying Valkyrie a lot, so I'm going to be trying again because I do feel like the hero has a lot of potential as a carry. Voodoo Jester damage reduced. I like it because Voodoo Jester was a little bit too strong. War Beast, Battle Cry, cooldown reduced. I love it. Duration increased. I love it as well because I feel like this ability was way too weak. Wait, this change will improve laning viability for War Beast? What? They want War Beast to be in the lane? That's weird. War Chief now spawns all totems on every level. Okay, so basically I'm assuming these changes are like to fit the shock totem deals like 0.25 stun and stuns twice. Yeah, I like this change, but at the same time I feel like it's going to be very hard to balance because it should be a lot stronger right now, right? I feel like this ability is a lot stronger on level 1. Well, so starting agility increased but the same damage, starting armor increased. Bubu now spawns with 250 mana? Why does Bubu have mana? What? Maybe Bubu can play Sword now, guys. Okay. Witch Slayer. Did they nerf Witch Slayer? Mana cost increased. Okay, not that big of a nerf. Magic damage reduced by a lot. 100 damage on the later levels. I mean, I think it's still strong, but I did love the Witch Layer dealing a lot of damage. So this is a nerf. Let's see how they're going to change the staff effect. Exemplar no longer takes 100% damage for the first 5 seconds. Illusion spawn will always take 150% damage. Okay. This is due to the changes to Arcane Bomb. Oh, so they changed Arcane Bomb. Interesting. Zephyr. Starting agility increased, agility per level increased. Windshield can now be activated. Surround yourself with a 250 radius sphere that passively pushes enemies back for the duration. Wow, this is weird. So you want people to be far away from you? Oh, right. So that they miss the attacks. Okay, that's fun. That's fun. I like this change. But at the same time, it's counter-interactive because you want people to be close to be taking damage from you, right? So this feels weird to be casting. But I like the change. I like having something new. At the same time, I feel like it did not need this buff because it's gonna have more armor. So it's gonna be easier to farm in the woods and easier to lane with. Okay, so those are the changes to the heroes. Overall, I feel like these changes, they are fun because they are going to change the game. We haven't had any changes in quite a while. But at the same time, I feel like they didn't address the issues that we have. Overall, from 0 to 10, I'm going to be giving the hero changes a 6. Because I do like them overall. I feel like the heroes that I like, they got addressed. But I feel like there was a lot missing. There were a lot of heroes that did not get touched. There were a lot of heroes that got buffed. They were already strong. And a lot of heroes that are pretty garbage right now and they didn't get any attention. So I feel like it's not that great, but it's fine. It's a change. I love seeing the change. It's probably going to be the last one that we get. So hopefully on Hon Reborn they can address the other heroes. So let's go to the items now. Items. Abyssal School. No longer grants lifesteal to ranged units. Okay. Arcane Bomb. Rework. Now, after a 0.5 second delay, okay, create a 600 unit radius burning field at a point, 1200 range, that lasts for 5 seconds. Okay. Oh, okay. You basically, it's talking about the range. Okay. Enemies inside receive 40 magic damage per second. Player-controlled units and illusions receive an additional damage equal to 10% of their max health. Okay, so this change basically tells me that Apex won't be able to use the Arcane Bomb to get the bonus damage and bonus stun duration from his ulti. And it's basically not instant anymore, it's damage over time, so you can actually save the illusions instead. So changes made to this item aim to minimize hard countering illusion based heroes while providing counterplay to the frustration of illusion spam abilities. Illusions will take noticeable damage within the area, making it easier to differentiate which hero is fake versus real, while giving time to the illusion controlled hero to react to the effect. I don't know if I like this. Like, okay, the illusion heroes are pretty much dead. Oh, also, they did not nerf Sandwraith, so this should be a major buff to Sandwraith, right? Brutalizer. The component build up changed. It's the same cost, but it's now Broadsword, Halberd, which is the little sword that gives you extra damage, the Armbrand, and the recipe. So it's only basically one Armbrand for the Broadsword. So instead of a lot of strength, you get a little bit of damage. Damage increased from 25 to 30, basic proc damage reduced from 85 to 65. And all the other stats are the same? That's interesting. It was counterintuitive. Okay, it makes sense. Dreamcatcher. Component build up changed. Now Soul Trap, Blood Ruby, Apprentice Robe, and Recipe. It's a little bit more expensive, gives more intelligence, and no longer grants attack speed. Another cost increase. Yeah, people were still playing Dreamcatcher a lot. New item, Frost Spire. It's a Neophile book, a Blood Ruby, and a Blood Ruby. Okay, sorry for the pronunciation, guys. Apprentice Robe, and a Recipe. It gives 20 intelligence, 200 max health, and passive non-dot spell damage reduces enemies' movement speed by 7% for 2.5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Oh, it's like a toxin clause for spellcasting. That's fun. The introduction of this item aims to further intensify choices for caster heroes in the early to mid game, providing them with a unique alternative that brings utility and defensive capabilities hopes to achieve this goal. Okay. Icon of the Goddess rework. Okay, so this is important since I play Dr. Repulsor a lot, and that's the only hero I see this item ever being picked up. It's Glowstone, Neophile's Book, and Manitou. Okay. Total cost decreased. Fully charged. Okay, so Intelligence, mana regeneration, fully charged. Passive. Gains a charge and applies Gift of Codex, which is the 10 mana regeneration and your abilities refresh 1.33% faster to self for 15 seconds if an enemy hero dies within the range. Each charge grants 20 max mana and 12% mana regeneration, max of 15 charges. At max charges of 15, gains 75 cast speed, and no longer loses charges upon death. So you do not get health anymore. That's a very interesting change. Because it makes like the hero a lot weaker on health. You don't have a lot of regen anymore. But it's a big change to the mana part and to the casting part. I'm gonna be trying this item on other heroes. It seems fun. I do feel like I'm gonna have to relearn Doctor again, because I did learn how to play Doctor with the icon, and I'm gonna have to relearn it. Oh man. And now I cannot go for the mana ring into icon. That's interesting. Okay, a lot of things to try. Psionic Hood rework. Oh no, I like the Psionic Hood. What did you change? So it's still Shaman, Beast Heart, and Recipe. So you get I think you're a lot more tanky, right? So same things, more tanky. Passive. Whenever you receive damage, this item gains a charge up to 100, reducing incoming magic damage by 0.2% per charge. Charges disappear at a pace of 20 per second if you haven't received any damage in 1.5 seconds. Oh, that's very different. I did like the reducing cooldown thing. It was very fun to play with Ra. But this is gonna make the hero a lot more tanky to magic damage. That's very interesting. I'm gonna have to try this as well. Sacrificial Stone no longer grants increased healing to a cursed Jeremiah. This item not only applies the bonus healing to ranged heroes. Okay. Spell Charge rework no longer gets armor penetration. No longer increases spell damage for non-hero units. Now grants increased magic damage. Whoa! I think it was the old one, right? That was like this. I love this. It's basically extra magic damage. I love this. I like this one. This one's fun. I don't know how much it's gonna matter on the numbers, but I love this one. At the same time, magic's defense is a lot stronger again because spell shards do not counter it anymore. New items. Dude, there's a lot of changes. New items, Storm Lance. So it's a punch, dagger, wind whistle, dug boots, and recipe. So it's a very cheap item. 4 agility, 12 damage, 20 movement speed. When moving, gain 1 charge per this many units moved, up to 100 charges. Your next attack deals additional damage per charge, then removes all charges. So basically it's the Nomad effect. I wonder if it stacks with the Nomad. It should be very strong on Rampage as well. I feel like Rampage is gonna be insanely strong. But hey, let's see. And the Wind Whistle, the passive moon speed no longer stacks with the items it builds up to. Okay. Bug fixes. I'm gonna take a look at the bug fixes, and then I'll go back to the staff effects because I want to see if they fix the things that I was talking about earlier. So let's see. Adrenaline. Added a description, doesn't matter. Devour fixed a bug with the Gauntlet Hook not to break invisibility. I saw that. Thank you for fixing it. Dr. Repulso updated the detailed tooltip to explain the activated mana cost spent of Ludric's speed. Okay, that's a very nice change as well for people that did not understand it. Electrician with staff. The shield now absorbs the correct value per mana. I don't know if it was more or less. I wish they explained it. Flux. Fixed a bug causing the alt avatar polar opposite Flux to be missing. Okay. Geomancer updated the missing tooltip. Fixed tooltip. Gunblade. Gunblade is white for some reason. No longer increases damage to towers when in melee range with lethal range. Oh, that was actually fun. I don't know why they changed it. Like, you used to deal extra damage when you were in melee range to the tower to kill towers faster. I thought it wasn't really a bug, but apparently it was. Jeremiah updated description, fixed a bug causing Storm not to grant bonus strength from Soul's Pressing. Okay, so I did see that wasn't properly working, so I do like that it changed it. Kane, this is the first meaningful one. Fix the description of face-off showing the wrong duration per level. Fix the tooltip of face-off not requiring a Storm of the Master to unlock the bonus damage. So basically they're saying this is not a staff effect, this is meant to be the ulti. So Kane is still very strong. Okay. Martyr. Fixed a bug causing Guardian Nation to apply all incoming damage reduction twice. Okay, they did not explain this, but this is what I believe it means. Whenever the Guardian Nation was ending and you took the magic damage, I think that damage was being reduced by magic damage twice, and they fixed it, because I did feel like people were not taking enough damage from the wings after getting the damage protection, right? Because the wings is basically, on level 4, for example, you get 100% of the damage ignored. For example, if you take 400 damage, you completely disappear with those 400 damage, and then after the wings end, or get purged or anything like that, you take those 400 damage in magic damage. And I feel like the damage was reduced before the wings. For example, 400 damage minus 25% is going to be 300. And then after you take the damage from the wings, it's minus 25% again for 225. And I feel like that's the change that they're making. I do like this as well. But it's another nerf to Martyr. Martyr is going to be unplayable. Fix a tooltip for Golden Slavo having incorrect touch radius. Okay. Re-enabled previously bugged avatars. Okay. With staff, Succubus staff not correctly applies damage reduction to self. Okay. Also fix a bug causing Oblivion Hammer passive bash not to work on Boo Boo. How did they find this one? And which layer applied the detail tooltip for the silver bullets charge granting bonus damage. Okay, because it only shows the silver bullet, it didn't show anything. What about items? Beast Heart updated the in-game shop description to read the correct value of bonus health. Rim of Power updated the description for the activation to the correct duration. And Savage Mace removed from the description that it could be disassembled. Okay, I didn't even notice this. Okay, so these are the changes. Overall, let's now go for the Staff of the Master changes. Now that we understand everything about the hero. Okay, Staff of the Master changes. And the last ones. This video is gonna be very long. Adrenaline. Magic damage increased. It depends more on strength. Rush. Magic damage increased depends more on your strength. That's fun. I don't know how meaningful it's going to be, but Adrenaline did get a buff. So now that we know it, and that's the reason why I wanted to read the changes first. Now that we know about the changes to the heroes, we can understand that Adrenaline is going to be playable, and this staff change might actually matter. Ra! Staff of the Master. When reaching 50 stacks, a random enemy within radius is auto-attacked once per 2.5 seconds. Prioritizing heroes. That's interesting. Parametric the ulti, I'm not gonna say that word. While on cooldown, the current cooldown is reduced by 30 seconds upon scoring a hero kill and 15 seconds upon scoring an assist. Oh, that is very fun. Amura with staff incoming? Cersei. Cooldown reduced from 12 to 7. Illusions created by Cersei spells explode upon death, dealing 100 magic damage, and apply a 1 second stun to all enemies in 300 range of the illusion. Wow, that's a lot. 1 second stun? Do you know how many spells you can cast? I mean, it's only the doppelganger, right? This effect applies to illusions created by both doppelganger and DC. Oh man. I don't know if I like this. I feel like Cersei is going to be very annoying. Cthulhuphant. Trample. Cooldown reduced. Every time Cthulhuphant hits an enemy hero, he gains 2 strength for 24 seconds. This effect stacks, but each stack has a separate timer. If you trample like 3 heroes, you get 6 strength. Obliterate. Every time Cthulhu need. This is a lot. This is a lot. For every. I'm understanding this right? Because you do like 5 waves, you can gain a lot of strength. Dream of Magic. Every time Cthulhu hits an enemy hero, so basically you get a lot tanky with Cthulhu. Oh man, that hero is going to be so annoying. Okay, so they only fixed the how many SSs you lose. What is going on here? Devour. Decay. Current effects removed, okay. New changes. Target an enemy hero to swallow them whole in your belly for 4... What? What is going on? Activate again to spit the hero out. Devour deals this damage per second to the enemy. Devour deals health per second to the enemy while you heal for that amount. Duration is reduced on a base of 1% max duration. Alright, if you take damage... Okay, I see. If you take damage, the duration is reduced. This ability is no longer channeling and applies restraint to self for the duration. What is going on? I feel like these changes are... I actually have to check this. Oh, I see. So it's a sub ability. It deals a lot less damage. That's interesting. I wanna see it in action. So let's see how it's gonna be. Is it D? It's D. Okay. Whoa, that is very weird. So the hero completely disappears? It gets removed from the fight? How is this good? Because I'm struggling to understand how this can be good. Does it get cancelled if you get stunned? It's no longer channeling, so basically you completely disappear with the carry. Okay, so let's see how it works when you get stunned. Wait, shouldn't you be restrained? So you can basically do everything. What about taking damage? Let's see taking damage, because I did see that if you take damage, the duration gets reduced. And you heal as well. That's so weird. This got a lot of damage on this guy. Okay, so let's see how it works when it takes a lot of damage. Okay, so it does reduce the duration by quite a lot. Let's try again. This time I'm gonna not refresh so I can shoot like 4 times. Yeah, it does reduce the duration by quite a lot. Okay, so I see how it works. I don't see how it's going to be used. It is very interesting. It's not very like exciting, but hey, I don't know that there's a hero in Dota that does something like this. I think it's Obsidian Destroyer, that used to like remove a hero from a game for a certain amount of time and then steal like some of his intelligence. Basically that's the same effect, right? But I don't see how impactful it's going to be on the team fights. It's going to be very hard to coordinate with the team as well. Okay, Dr. Repulsor. Staff effects changes. Deals additional magic damage. The frenzy deals a magic damage based on your max mana. That's very fun, because you can now cast infinitely with your ulti, right? No longer applies perplex to self. No longer reduces the initial mana cost. No longer reduces the mana cost per 100. Okay, so they did fix the reducing the initial mana cost, so you cannot just spam the you cannot just spam the ulti. But hey, Doctor still feels like a buff. I just don't know how to deal with the icon change. But I guess I'll have to learn. Oh, there's a staff on Forsaken Archer now? Now spawns 2 additional crippling volleys near the location? Wow. And piercing arrows. Passively spawns a skeleton that fires 3 arrows for 1.5 seconds whenever you score a hero kill or assist. These are really, really weird changes. Gauntlet. Reduce the lifetime projectile. Okay, it's a lot faster, but I don't think people were really playing the hero a lot. Gravekeepers has a staff now, so the corpse toss has a much faster refresh rate. When cast, throws a second corpse at an additional enemy, prioritizing hero. When cast, one unstable or one wretched zombie will spawn at random, prioritizing their... Wow! And corpse explosion, when cast... Oh, corpse explosion, okay. I was thinking this was the ulti, it's not the ulti, it's the W. This is a lot more damage. It's a way to play a Gravekeeper now, I guess, going for staff. These changes are very, very interesting. Ica Transfusion, cooldown reduced. These are way too many lines. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to read them and then I'm gonna try to explain. Wow, this is a very interesting change. Like, basically now with staff, you can have up to 4 charges based on how many debuffs you have on yourself. And for each of these charges, you get the buff on the other abilities. Not only that, but also you get a random debuff on yourself every 15 seconds. And then you might think, what, is it that bad getting a debuff every 15 seconds? Do you want that just because of the Saint's Blood ability? And yes, you do, because remember you can transfer that to the enemy. So for example, one of the debuffs is reduces damage dealt by 50%. So you can transfer that to the enemy and the hero is going to be dealing 50% less damage for 35 seconds. And I believe this is unremovable as well. I'm not sure, but if this is a blue buff, they cannot remove it. But you can still transfer it. That's so interesting. We're gonna have to try that as well. Clanks. No longer increases the cooldown. No longer increases the cooldown from 10 to 6 seconds. While active, one additional lackey assists Clanks. The additional lackey deals superior magic damage, and it does not work with illusions. Okay. And the lackey deals superior magic damage. Okay, so staff basically changes the magic damage to superior magic damage. I still think the ulti should be a staff effect, but I guess it'll be too much, right? Nighthound has a staff effect. On Smoke Bomb? The cloud's refreshed when you score a takedown against an enemy hero that's inside the cloud. Whoa! And while inside the cloud, the cooldown refresh is 2.5 seconds faster? Now there's a reason for you to max W. But you do need the staff effect, right? Nomad. Wonder is the E ability, just so you guys know. Oh, now you can proc basically the effect from the ulti when you get 100 charges. Wow, that is very interesting. Is it superior magic? It's like, do you stun people who are shrunken head? I believe you don't, right? I want to see this in game. Okay, so let's hear how this works. Let's see this in action. Oh, it's a mini ulti. That's so fun. But where's the cooldown? Oh, right, I have it out of refresh. Oops. There you go. And walking reduces the cooldown. Look at that. That is very fun. I want to try that in game so much, but I have to wait. Nitro. Okay, so Nitro increases the maximum number of sharp nails from 21 to 30 and the duration from 8 to 11. Enemies passing through the sharp nail are... Okay, there's load. And the blast off. Whenever an enemy is being knocked back by blast off, it reduces additional 10% additional 10 magic damage for each snap roll it passes through. Okay, so it's a lot more damage from the little mines that you leave with the Q. Oogie increases movement speed and grants slow resistance. Okay, I believe Configurates the W ability. It still drains the... Oh, it drains every 0.65 now and deals the damage. It deals, so basically it procs faster because it used to be 1 second, right, before, without the staff change. That's interesting as well. A lot more staff hero. Target scheme changed to target area. Oh, you can place in an area now and applies asphyxiate to all heroes, enemy and ally in the area of the bubble cast, and the pull strength is higher as well. That's interesting as well. I'm gonna say the staff changes are very fun. The Jolt cooldown reduced by a lot, so it's similar to the Tantra one. Can now hit voodoo wards, increasing the attack speed by 175 for 1 second. Oh, this is so fun! No longer increases the number by 3. Okay, so basically they removed the change to the voodoo wards, and now you got a lot of more electric jolts, and they buff the wards. Rampage now also grants rampage. Okay, no longer reduces the cooldown of the Hon strike, but now grants 40% stun and debuff resistant while active. My god, rampage is going to be insane. What about Revenor? Now can be activated, a static shock. Place a 500 radius static field in a location on cast, and every 2.5 seconds, shock emit from the ground, applying 80% movement speed slow for 1 second to enemies hit within the area, and granting Revenor 8 charges per enemy hit. Wow, that's very weird. Like, these changes, they are like, I feel like they are very interesting, they are very unique, but at the same time, they are so different, it's very hard for me to tell how good they are going to be. What about Riptide? Murder Grave, I believe it's the Q ability, now bounces twice, prioritizing enemy heroes. And in my element, while on water, Riptide gains health shield that grows at a pace of 20 per second to a maximum of 340. While the shield persists, she has the benefits of In My Element. Oh, so basically you build up a thing of water. Interesting. Do you lose this? I wonder if you lose this after you get off of water. Do you lose 20 per second? That's the thing. Salomon, I did see this. You basically get the both powers at the same time. Sapphire, the Reckless Charge, which is the Q ability. When an enemy is knocked and hit to the collision, it releases a shockwave, causing all enemies within 375 range to take damage and be knocked back and stunned. Okay, so basically it's not only the person that you attack. And the stable charge gets more health, so it's harder to kill. Okay. Shell Shock. Additional to the pre-existing. No longer increases the ball speed by 50%. Bonus cast range. And magic damage increased. Okay, so the ball is not a lot faster, but you deal more damage and you can cast from further away. Okay. Silhouette. Restless level. Ability D. Passive effect of the ability has its cooldown reduced. Oh, okay, so it's 0 seconds. So whenever you cast an ability, you get the bonus attack speed. Now can be activated. Quickly dashes in the chosen direction and increases the spin speed of Death Loaders by 275%. Oh, this is so weird as well. I do love this cooldown reduction, it's very good. But this activation thing, I'm gonna have to see it. Scrap. The mousetrap vision radius is a lot more, the movement speed is decreased, the duration is increased. Scavenge. I believe the scavenge is the morsels thing, right? So healing is increased and the healing vortex is increased. Okay. Slither, poison burst, cooldown increased from 50 to okay. So they nerfed a little bit the cooldown. I think it was needed because it was a little too quick. Solstice, what they do to Solstice? Cooldown reduced to 0 seconds. Okay. No longer reduces hits from 3 to 2. Okay. Bonus damage increased. And the nighttime thing, same thing with the attacks, and deals an additional damage equal to 5% of the target's max health. Interesting, so it's better to deal the nighttime thing now when you are against tanky heroes. That's interesting. I think the changing from 2 to 3 attacks was really needed because I feel Solstice was going to be a bit stronger. Tarot staff effect. Ricochet disarms and silences the enemy hit for 2 seconds from the initial blast. Okay. Force Cry, which is a mark, the W. The next 4 attacks against the target gains 165 attack speed. And the Bound by Fate, which is E, binds an additional pair of enemies and restrains the targets affected for the duration. That's interesting. Dark Lady, Charging Strikes, increases the cast range by 150. Each consecutive attack when charging no longer reduces the damage. Oh my god. Resets the ability when scoring a hero kill and reduces the duration by half upon getting assist. Staff on Dark Lady might be good. This not reducing the damage, this is really good. Gladiator. Pitfall. Whenever an enemy hero is hit by Pitfall, Flagellation cooldown is reset. Flagellation. Enemies hits are pulled 300 units closer to the Gladiator. Wow. And Call to Arms grants allies in the Chariot's path 25% stun in the buff direction, okay. And increases the duration from 4 to 6. That's very fun as well. War Beast. So they removed the metamorphosis thing, but now the hounds are a lot more tanky. And whenever the hounds attack, you get more base damage. Stacking up to 20 times. Wow. So Energizer is good now on the War Beast. What about War Chief? Spirit Walk can move through everything, I imagine even through cliffs. Movement speed increase. And in the power of the elders, every proc spawns a random totem and slows the enemy by 20% for 1 second. Okay. Wild Soul, new sub ability for the bear, charges in the chosen direction, dealing 150 physical damage to the enemy's hit and inflicting a physical stun to the enemy's hit for 1.25 seconds. Bubu no longer loses attack speed when far away. Bubu gains an amount of attack damage and attack speed and armor equal to 20% of Wild Soul. Wow, that's crazy! Like, Bubu is going to be as strong as the hero. I mean, not as strong as the hero, but it's going to scale with the hero. I mean, when you have staff, but still. They reduce the magic damage with staff, okay. For Witch Slayer. Exemplar now gains a 50% chance to create an illusion that lasts for 7 seconds. Only Exemplar can proc this effect, so it doesn't go for the illusions. Okay, so they changed from the ulti to the Echo Strike. So basically now you have a passive. It's basically like there's also a hero in Dota that does this, right? There's a chance to spawn an illusion on attack. That's kind of fun. Okay, so those are the changes to the game. I am very excited to play this. Dude, so many changes. So many changes. Like, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that the game is changing. Overall, I'm going to be giving a grade as well. As I said, the grade on the heroes was like a 6 out of 10. But I feel like the grade overall is like a 7 or 8. Because the staff changes, they are really cool. I just don't know if the staff is going to be playable. But I feel like these changes were really cool. I do enjoy them. I'm very excited to play. I hope you guys enjoy, because I cannot play right now. Like, as you could see here from the little bit of content that I showed you in game, my PC is not very good for playing Hon. I might be giving a try. My internet is also not very good. I'm in a place where the internet is really bad. The place is awesome, but the internet's really bad here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a patch review. I will be doing a lot of videos on the new patch once I get back home. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you probably in a few hours, because I will be uploading this I don't know when, but it's probably going to be at 6 o'clock. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like. If you are still here, please leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you enjoyed the most about this patch. Tell me if I missed something, or if I misunderstood something, if you disagree with me or something, and we can start a discussion there. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.